the podium here, that'd be great. Are all my artists here that are in the show? Raise your hand. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're good, and Marilyn's somewhere too. There she is. Can't you stand up?
Just smack him, it's okay.
Hey, what she's put me through the last month?
Oh, come on.
Okay, do I have everyone's attention? Thank you. Hello, my name is Rocco Pisto. I'm the current chair of the Michigan Watercolor Society. Thanks, Mike. I have a couple of fraternity brothers here, so you know how far back we go to harass me. First of all, I want to thank Ray and Lisa for hosting the Michigan Watercolor Show. You won't find a nicer group of gallery owners than these two. The flexibility, the positive attitude, the marketing that they've done for us to put this show together. So thank you very much. I met them about a year ago when I had a show at the University of Michigan, and they said, we need to have you as part of our portfolio. And I said, I don't know if I said it or they said it, but they said, we want more of your organization. So Ray, I think we did okay today.
We did, thank you, Bob.
So typically, the Michigan Watercolor Society has an annual show. We just had our kickoff a few weeks ago for our 72nd annual exhibition. And it's at Studio 23, the Art Center in Bay City. And that's really the main requirement for Michigan Watercolors to do our annual show every year. But I wanted to take it a step further and thank our volunteers for the work that they do to pull these shows off. It's a lot of work. I had hair when I started this job. Maybe a little less. So the purpose of this show was to sponsor volunteerism and to thank some of the past chairmen or presidents of the Michigan Watercolor Society, as many as we could find, to share in this experience. And as we contacted them and asked them if they'd like to participate, everyone gave an overwhelming, yes, I want to be part of that show. I would be honored to be part of that show. And I want to thank again Ray for doing a great job of hanging our show. So just a little history before I get into the main part here. The Michigan Watercolor Society was founded in 1946 by an enthusiastic group of young artists who envisioned an organization to promote the awareness of watercolor in Michigan. Their aim was to further watercolor education, maintain high standards artistically, while based on a premise of integrity and professionalism, and to be a form open to all points of view. Remember, this was 1946, when there was a lot of things that you couldn't do. A committee of working artists met monthly, often lasting late into the evening, to form the policies and construct and to present to a group of exhibiting artists in our state. Michigan Watercolor Society founders were Mary Jane Bigler, Wayne Clayton, Helen May of Wayne State University, William Bostick, Secretary of the DIA, Donald Gooch, Emma Wedgley of the University of Michigan, Donald Hackett of Cass Tech High School, Mary Jane Anaway, Ted Brzezinski, I can't pronounce Ted's name, of Mason Inc., and a few people from the Scarab Club. These were the first directors of the Michigan Watercolor Society in the early or late to middle 40s. Wayne State University became the eventual hub of energy of watercolor painting as Professor Mary Jane Bigler and Louise Nobili, who was also instrumental in developing the Michigan Watercolor Society, were strong influences in the painting department throughout their respective teaching careers. The late Miss Bigler remained active as a board member or advisor her entire life, encouraging innovation, ideas, success, fundraising, and kept a watchful eye on things that would be detrimental to the organization. So when you look around the show today, it's chronological of the artists and when they were on the board. And I am honored to present to you the Michigan Watercolor chairs in this exhibition. And when I announce your name, please come up around here. Obviously, our founder, I want to thank Marilyn DeWiskus here, who not only brought her paintings from Tennessee, but she happened to own a painting from her instructor, one of her painting instructors, Mary Jane Bigler, which is the first painting in the panel right here. So we were fortunate to get one of her paintings through Marilyn, and that's a fitting place for one of our founders. The second painting on the panel there is from Barbara Kiten, and her daughter's here. She couldn't make it. She's not healthy, but she was on the board. She was board chaired twice. In the early 70s and in the early 80s. And in talking to some of the other chairs that remember her, she was a great asset to the organization. She gave everything she had, and her daughter Karen is here. So thank you, Karen, for making that happen for us. Next is Marilyn DeWiskus. Right here, and if we can at least bring her this way. Stay in the chair if it works. Fine. Yeah, just roll the chair. Just whatever works. So I want to thank Marilyn and her daughter for getting her here from Tennessee. She shipped all her work to me. We had dozens of conversations in the process. And the other thing that you see next to everyone's paintings is a little write-up about their experience being a president of Michigan Watercolor Society. And for those that are interested, Ray is selling the catalog for this show. It's $20, and proceeds go to Michigan Watercolor and the support of this gallery. So feel free to take a look at that. Marilyn was chair between 84 and 86, and maybe somewhere else in between there, but very active, became instrumental. How many learned something from Marilyn DeWiskus? A lot of people. She influenced a lot of people, and that's the key to great artists, is sharing what they know and helping others grow. Next, Angie Nagel Miller. Angie was president from 1989 to 92. Again, I'm just so glad that I found these people. Fortunately, Angie lives about 5 miles from my house, so we're practically neighbors. Next, someone who's been on the board since she was a child. Where's Linda Mendelson? Come here, Linda. Linda she was the chairman from 1999 to 2003, but that's only one trickle of the story for Linda Mendelson, and you'll read that in her statement. She's been involved. You know, she learned under Mary Jane Bigler. She was actually co-teacher, or they were colleagues. Thank you. They were colleagues for many years as well. So she knows the history of this organization probably better than anybody, and that's why she's been historian for 30 years. But you will get a chance to retire. You will get a chance to retire very soon.
Stayed on for the show.
That's right.
That's the show. I said, we'll stay on and finish this up with the honoring the other fellow chairpersons as you inherit.
Beautiful. And her work is right along that wall right there. And if you get a chance, talk to these people and find out what their thought process is behind their artwork. I think you'll learn something. Next, Darcy Scott. Darcy was chair from 2004 to 2007. I don't know anything about her, but we've become friends through this process. So her work is following Linda's work. So everything is in chronological order based on when they were chair people. So again, talk to them. Darcy, at one of our fall meetings, did a presentation of how she works and actually showed us, demonstrated the work. And it's just an amazing process. You want to figure out what she does. Next, Lori Zabalik. Lori was chairperson from 2008 to 2011, and I think I kind of started coming back when Lori was president, because we were gone for about 20 years out of state, but I knew I was coming back, and I got into the show the last time she was president, and just a great artist. Laura Whiteside's host. So Laura is one of my trusted advisors, along with Denise, and I want to thank you for all the advice that you've helped me to get through this process. Now I'm in my second year as chair, and I think I have a better handle on it than I did the first year. But we almost missed you for this show. we were hanging the show, what was it, last Saturday?
We were intake.
Intake.
Yeah.
And so I go, Laura's not here. Where's her work? So I called her up and she says, whoops. But we left a space for Denise. We did a great job and left the right amount of space for her. So thank you, Laura. Laura was chancellor from chairman from 2012 to 2014. Denise Willing-Bohr. Denise has been my mentor through this whole process, and I just can't tell you, as I have in the past, how much I appreciate your support and your friendship. And now I met your husband too, so that's even better. So she was chairman from 2014 to 2017, and then she talked me into doing it next. So I got railroaded into that, and but it's been a great experience. So. These are the people in the show today, so make sure you ask them about their work and share their process. On the walls next to the work, like I said, you'll find the statement from each artist. It's also in the catalog as well. The catalogs are for sale for $20, just ask Ray. And we also have the postcard for our travel show for the annual here as well. It's right on the table here, so you can catch the annual exhibition, which, you know, from what I'm hearing, was the juror did a great job of selecting the painting. So with that, thank you everyone for being here, and again, I appreciate all the artists.
Thank you, Rocco.